And now, please welcome to the UNLV Creates stage our next speaker, Dr. Ernesto Abel-Santos.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to UNLV. I'm here to talk to you about research here at UNLV. So as a professor, I have two main tasks. First is, of course, teaching lectures. Anyone here planning to go to medical school? Yeah? Dental school? All right. I teach biochemistry. So eventually, you will pass through my class. That semester, at the end of it, you will hate me. That's okay. See you in a couple of years. The second thing my second task is research. Whoop. This doesn't want to stay. So what do I mean with research? Can you hear me? Okay. We are trying, professors at UNLV are trying to figure out how the world works. We use science and we perform experiments to look under the skirt of nature and figure out mechanisms, right? In the words of the famous captain, to boldly go where no one has gone before. I'm a Trekkie. So, this thing is awful. Better. So I have a lab, you can see here, right, with all type of nifty equipment, and I have a group of students, researchers. We work on looking at new methods to prevent infectious diseases in hospitals. And just like me, there is a number of other professors that have their own projects, their own labs, all originals, all unique, okay? Now, how do we get these professors? It all starts with UNLV looking for the very elusive assistant professor. We entice them to come here. We give them a lab, we give them an office, and we trap them. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm kind of a geek. Come on, look at the color scheme. They look like twins. In any case, so an assistant professor is someone that has been trained in research, has a lot of experience in research. When they come to UNLV, they now are competing with the rest of the nation because they're going to need to get funds. They're going to need to get resources for the lab so that they can buy their equipment, they can buy reagents, they can pay the researchers, right? So they're going to get resources if they're successful, and they're going to start doing the research. They're going to produce new knowledge, okay? And with that knowledge, they're going to publish those knowledge in the literature, and eventually, if they're good at it, they will evolve to an associate professor. And an associate professor is someone that has a nationally recognized research program. So these are leaders in their field in the United States. So the associate professor will also get more resources, grants, right? It will publish more of the results and eventually evolve to a full professor. These are the guys that have the maximum CP, college power. These are world-renowned experts in their fields. So these are guys and girls, people, that are not, they don't only know the book that you're going to be using for your studies. They are writing the new chapters in those books. So at UNLV, we have a whole bunch of different types of research. We are purifying radioactive materials. We are looking into how do we judge judges. We're digging in Africa for our human ancestors. We're protecting honeybees from diseases. We are producing the new gaming technologies. We're building robots. Come on, freaking robots. We are trying to understand what babies think. I mean, the little buggers are always being kind of mysterious. We're using lasers to target tumor cells. We're going into caves to look at climate change. We're using new technologies to treat chronic diseases like arthritis. We're creating organic computers. We're using Wi-Fi and wireless technologies to prevent strokes. But it's not only, all research is not only done in the lab and the field. There's a lot of other creative venues. We have professors that are creating new music, new plays. We have professors that are studying law and publishing books on law, on sociology, on history, new poetry. So the most difficult task that I had for this presentation was to select a few examples of all the research that is going at UNLV to present here. And it's the accumulation of that knowledge, that adding on to knowledge that allows us to move forward, to move the fields forward. In the words of Sir Isaac Newton, okay, you can only see farther by standing on the shoulders of giants. Finally, I want to say one thing more. The research is important. It doesn't matter how weird, bizarre, unimportant, or impractical it looks. You know this fellow, right? He won the Nobel Prize in 1921 for the discovery of the photoelectric effect. If you look at the papers at that time, you will see a bunch of squiggle line weird equations. I mean, I still see them, and it looks more like Klingon to me. So, but based on that photoelectric effect, if you've driven from here to LA, you've seen things like this, right? The solar power farms. That is thanks to the photoelectric effect. Digital cameras, any digital technology is due to the photoelectric effect. If you ever run into an elevator, into a closing elevator, and didn't get crushed like a lemon, you can give thanks to the photoelectric effect. Your fellow passengers will think you're weird talking to the door, but it just saved your life. Finally, research is a team effort. Professors alone don't do research. We need good, talented graduate students and undergraduate students. Okay? And this is where you come in. You're here not only to get trained and get a degree. You now can make knowledge. You can create knowledge because now you are UNLV and UNLV creates.
Thank you, Dr. Abel-Santos.